This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for June 13th, 2023. It's currently April 21st, 2023, 2:46 p.m. Eastern Time. The shuffle file we're about to play was created on February 26th, 2023 at 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this file right here. The overall theme and behavior for the day is a sideways fluctuating rally that precedes a decline. So it's kind of a tricky card in the theme position. It could indicate like a bullish day, or it could indicate a bullish day that turns bearish. So it looks like we possibly have highs at the end of the day, but we'll look into it in more detail. Behavior around the highest high, we have a decline down to and through support to meet a secondary support that's on the scale of a 1 day. We bounce around that support for a bit and then break down through multiple supports off of the high. Behavior around the lowest low, we have a rally out of the low that increases with momentum moving forward in time. I'm advised to trade around a resistance level that's highlighted that we've come up against. It's a resistance level that we've met many times before and failed to break through. Volume throughout the day looks to be mixed, but overall bearish. Bullish early on, bearish later on. Interesting. Yeah, so in the pre-market, it looks like we likely open higher than the prior day, and then there's this decline in the pre-market. Followed by like a sideways fluctuating rally back up. So there's like a U-shaped dip there kind of forming that way, and it forms near the intersection of two perpendicular diagonal trend lines. Looks like a day's low in the pre-market or at the open. There's a move to the upside in the first half hour, taking us to a peak or crest around 950-ish, 955-ish. And off of that peak or crest, we sell through down to and through support to meet a second support, and we rotate sideways along that support with sideways fluidity between roughly 10 and 11. Kind of like price swingy, taking us to another crest there around 11 o'clock, which we sell off down through pretty substantially to the downside off of that crest around 11:10, declining through a key support level on a one-day chart. There's a significant trade opportunity at that peak or crest. We may have a decision highlighted midday, a decision between two leaders that's highlighted midday. Either that, or we have a prominent move higher followed by a full retracement of that move in the middle of the day there. I think probably more of a holding pattern, but it could be like a move higher and then back down midday. Key resistance highlighted at another crest or peak there, a slightly higher crest or peak between roughly 1 and 2, and then we have a move that'll really stand out on a one-day chart there between 2 and 3 to, looks like to the upside, taking us to a peak or crest, probably a high for the day there at the end of the day. And there's a lot of price movement there towards the end of the day off of this peak or crest that we temporarily make support with. We have this, I don't think it's a high for the day. I think it's probably a crest. There's a lot of price movement to the downside. Either we have a high at the end of the day, it's hard to say, or we decline pretty hard off of a peak or crest there at the end of the day. It could be a bit of both. It's kind of like price swingy, but there's a trade opportunity in there. I think probably to open a short position at that peak or crest midday, and close a short position at the end of the day in the midst of a notable decline. Look out for that peak or crest though at the end of the day. And if it ends up not being a good opportunity at the end of the day to close that short position, then I would say there should be a good one the following day. That's the S&P 500 for June 13th, 2023. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, my friends, follow that rule of karma. You do so here on the resource tab of our website. 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities, 5% of the profits back to the channel. Spend that 90% out of love. The universe will return it to you tenfold from all directions, my friends. Blessings. I'll see you on the next one.